Welcome to Elevate and Thrive, Breaking Barriers for an Empowered Life. I'm your host, Jen Smith, and I am so excited to be on this journey with you. In this podcast, we are going to dive deep into the transformative stories of individuals who have faced adversity head-on, emerged stronger, wiser, and more empowered. I'm here to share those stories with you, to remind you that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a sunrise waiting to greet you. To inspire you to break through your own barriers, rewrite your own story, and to step into the light of your true potential. So what can you expect from Elevate and Thrive? Each week, I am going to bring you stories of triumph, resilience, and empowerment. We're going to explore the depths of the human spirit, spirituality, uncovering the courage and the strength that lies in each and every one of us. But more than that, we're going to provide you with practical tools, actionable insights, and a community of like-minded individuals who are also on this journey alongside you. So whether you're facing your own challenges or simply seeking inspiration to elevate your life, know that you have come to the right place. Together, we are going to break barriers, defy expectations, and soar to new heights. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I cannot wait to see where it takes us. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, and your journey to an empowered life starts now. Hey everyone, so I wanted to jump on here really quick and just share a story that happened yesterday. I'm hoping that it can maybe provide some value or perspective. Some of you might have seen that I'm doing the Wounded Warrior Challenge, so I've been doing a lot of walking and a lot of hiking, and so I went to one of my favorite hiking spots yesterday, and I just wasn't feeling the best, and so I decided to take a different way than what I normally do. As I was getting ready to leave, I noticed there was this van that clearly somebody was doing van life in, so they're living in their van. And for most of you, you know that I live in my RV and I've done tons of traveling, and so this community is one that I really resonate with. And before I started my walk, I had noticed a woman just kind of sitting over by the trees, and she was well dressed and by herself. And so before I left, I really just in my heart of hearts knew that I had to go talk to her. For the sake of social media, I'm going to change her name and I'm just going to call her Beth. But it ended up being a 74-year-old woman who has been living the nomad life for the last 4.5 years. We sat there and we talked for probably about 4.5 hours, which I definitely did not intend to have it be that long of a conversation, but it was very, very obvious to me that she just needed somebody to talk to and somebody to relate to her and somebody that was taking the time to see her and really hear her. And I really got to thinking about this because in the area that I live in, and I know a lot of the parts of the US right now, there is a really large community of people who are unhoused. And so this particular lady had chosen this lifestyle. She had chosen to do van life. It was so interesting to talk to her because she was talking about how much things have changed over the last couple of years. And she was talking about how she has been encountering a lot more anger, a lot more people who she feels are maybe a bit unstable mentally. What she was talking about was just not feeling safe. And she was sharing some of her experiences that she has been having, especially lately. So what happened was her van broke down. And so she has been stranded. She found somebody, she's on a fixed income, 74 years old. She found somebody to help her fix her van, and that person ended up taking advantage of her and kind of making things worse than they were before. And so she's been stuck in Brookings for the last 8 or 9 days. And she was just talking about how her experiences here, she has been harassed in different areas, being in a van and parking on the side of the road. There are a lot of people who have very strong opinions, one way or the other, about people who are parking their RVs, parking their vehicles on the sides of the roads. Here in Brookings, where I live, there's a lot of turnouts, and it's a beautiful area. It's a touristy area. But she was talking about how her one and only goal was just to find someplace safe to stop for the night, to spend the night, so that she could recoup and just try to relax from driving around the day prior. And it was really a struggle because there has been a lot of people who have thrown quite the fuss, I guess. We'll just use that word in this area. And they just don't want anybody who is unhoused to be in this area. I'm not trying to open this video up for political debate. That's not the purpose of this. What I'm hoping that this video will do is give some perspective, because every single person is going through their own set of struggles. Every single person has a past. This woman in particular comes from a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, a lot of hardship in her past. And so for her, living this lifestyle was the only way that she could find peace. And also, the part two of that is because she's on a fixed income, she literally cannot afford to rent a place, to buy a place. And so this was her only option, was to take the money that she had, buy a van so that at least she had a place to sleep and a roof over her head. And she just travels all over the US. She tries to find free places to camp, stays on BLM land. But in the interim, right now, she's stuck here in Brookings and she needs to get her van fixed. You know, it really got me thinking about how, in general, I think people are so quick to judge, and we see things that are on the surface. And I've met other people who are in the situation, and this woman was well educated. She is extremely intelligent. We had the best conversation. I mean, it was 4.5 hours. So for us to have that long of a conversation, it was good. And we talked about life and we talked about struggles. I shared some of the things that I've gone through, and I could really relate to her on a lot of ways. So, what I'm really hoping for is to just remind people with this video that everybody is going through something and we all have our story. You know, you could look at somebody who is on appearance doing amazing. They have all the things, the big, beautiful house, the cars, all of the things, right? And they could be absolutely, completely miserable on the inside. Or behind closed doors, there could be struggles that they don't share with anybody. It's so fascinating to me to hear what people have gone through, how just resilient we are, and how every single person has their own hardships. What I would love to say to everybody watching this video and people that are listening to my podcast is that before you judge somebody and you make a snap opinion about a circumstance that you don't have all the information for, maybe you just have one little bit of information, please, please, please just take a second and consider that you don't know what that person's story is. You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know who they are. For me, I'm just so thankful that I listened to my intuition yesterday. I feel like she really needed a friend, even if it was just for a few hours, and somebody that she could talk to. And I feel that by doing that and just being kind and listening to her, it really impacted this woman. You know, 74 years old, out on the road by herself, traveling and just trying to make it day by day. Again, we just never know what somebody's going through. So The next time that you see somebody post something on Facebook that you might not agree with, or Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're watching this video, maybe you see something happening out on the streets or whatever you're doing, try to choose compassion. I mean, really, like when you give people compassion and you give people acknowledgement and you're kind to people, regardless of what their opinions are, regardless of what their circumstances are, at the end of the day, we are all human. We're all entitled to believe what we believe. That's not what I'm saying. So have your opinions, have your beliefs, but don't forget to be kind in the midst of all of it. And just because somebody may not share your beliefs or your opinions or see things the same way that you do, does not mean that they don't deserve compassion and kindness. And so please just take this message. I'm hoping you take it to heart. And I am sending all of you love. I'm sending all of you compassion. And I just appreciate you watching this video. So take care, everybody.